do a few more seconds of relative volume testing. Make sure my voice is not being drowned out. Cool. Okay. Sounds good. Going to get going shortly. Hey, sup? Oh, I'm about to try. I'm definitely about to try. Just clean up my layout here and get going. Oh, oh my God! I'm being shot at. Okay. Get my dashboard going. That way I can, like, see stuff. And, I think everything is good to go. Let's play some Turder. Make the chat real big and obvious to look at. There we go. Now I can actually see. Okay. Cool. I was thinking that I wanted to try Touhou 6, which is like the first of the like relatively modern classic ones. But I had a lot of issues trying to get it to run, so I'm just gonna keep running through 8 right now. And at some point, I might try 7, just for a slightly different flavor. But I'm really into this game. I really like the music of these stages that I've been getting to in the last couple of days. I've gotten a lot better, but this game's I'm just doing really bad. I'm not paying attention to anything. This game's time system means that you have extremely little leniency in terms of needing to continue, and I have yet to get very far with sufficiently low amounts of continues. I think there are like 21, but don't quote me on that. But I asked Rasha for a recommendation on which one to start with. Rasha said 8. So this is 8. I've been told by a couple of other people that 6 would be better to start with because it's like kind of lays the foundation for what the games are like. And this game changes a couple of those things in subtle ways. But I couldn't get 6 to run. So here we are. And I think the ones after, like, 9 are part of a set of, like, relatively much newer games. And I'm not interested really in checking those out until after I, like, get better at the genre. How are you doing, Han? Oh, yes. Oh, that would be dope. No pressure or anything, but that would be cool. Hold up. Um, my break screen layout, was drawn, by my buddy Colton. And I didn't really have any art, but I wanted to try to put together a layout. Um, and I just happened to have a scan of this doodle that he did of a Sentret and a Furret playing Nintendo 64 together. And I was like, this works. I can put little images inside the screen and use that as like a weight screen, before I get started. So, but yeah, other types of art would be dope. I haven't really conceptualized anything yet, though. Final projects. Yeah, I mean, if you're down, if you want to do something like that, I would definitely be down to have original art. I know so many people who do art, and I have uh, ultimately taken so few opportunities to ask them to make art for anything of mine. Um, but I would love to do that. And yeah, I think it'd be cool to feature stuff from a few different people I know. Sounds good. Um, how much longer do you have to go? I think Rush just said like one more week, but I'm not actually sure. Oh, okay, nice. Do you have big plans for the break? Nice. Sounds like a good time. Um, I have a non-zero amount of music done this year, but it needs a little bit more workshopping to get it to sound cohesive across like 4 or 5 pieces. Um, but if I get around to it, I do want to actually put out some music at some point. So I feel you on that, like actually taking time for personal projects. This is kind of distracting me right now. Um, yeah, that's kind of my main thing. That that I want to try and get done before New Year's. I always say that, and then it ends up being sometime in January that it actually gets completed. But if I can, I would like to um, make the body of music cohesive with itself and release it. Because I haven't put anything up on my Bandcamp in forever, which feels kind of bad because um, never actually like fully completed my album from 2018 going into the end of 2019. Okay, cool. So that phase of that boss is one of the things that I've been trying to get fairly consistent, and that felt really good. I was playing last night after driving to and from College Station, all in the same day, and I got home around 12:30 midnight, and could not fight that fight with the same level of consistency. So the next thing I am worried about is the boss of this stage, which has a really, really beautiful pattern that is really hard to dodge. Or yeah, actually, it's not super complicated. It's just something I need to practice. It's not complicated. It's tight. It's very close groupings. You'll see, I guess. I hate these things. They just continuously send out these little ghosts that make them very hard to kill. Just puts a lot of nonsense on the screen very quickly. Ah! That sucks. That was close. That may be a thing. I don't. I do know there is a function that you can toggle on and off, but you have to turn it on in the first place in the settings menu, where if the screen reaches a certain threshold of bullet density, it'll go into slow-mo. And I think that affects your score, but I'm not sure how. And it's off by default, and I haven't tried turning it on, because that's just one more button to think about pressing. I like this boss music. I hate this pattern. Ah. Okay, I think we're about to see the... Nope. One more pattern. Oh, nice. Yeah, so I had an album that was gonna be like a follow-up, if not in terms of storytelling, then at least somewhat in terms of like style, and just never released it. But there's some neat stuff, and I have it on my phone, and I listen to it from time to time. And I feel bad about not following through on it. Okay, that pattern felt pretty good, but here, is about to be the nightmare. But it looks so beautiful. I have yet to perfect this pattern. Yeah, I basically had, so like, Wandering Spirits was like volume 1, and then I had a volume 2 that I never put online. But this year, I basically, right now, I have what I would call volume 3. And I might just put both of them up at the same time or something. Because volume 2 tracks need to see the light of day, even though I never fully finished them, they're pretty dope. Oh yeah, like sitting in the cockpit of a giant mech with all those missiles that have ridiculous trails. Okay, so two things about this level. One, the BGM. Two, the boss. There's like 7, 8 stages to this boss, and it is so hard. And I beat it for the first time yesterday. I was just kind of casually playing, waiting for some clean clothes that I was going to wear when I visited Trevor, and happened to beat the boss while I was waiting on laundry. Since then, I've beaten the stage twice, and I've gotten pretty good so far about not like having to waste continues getting just to this point, which is nice because there's like a timer that advances in between every stage and when you have to continue. And that timer can only get so far before you get to stage 6, otherwise you just immediately fail. It's not very lenient. Are that so your pages are done, you just haven't put them up? I I feel that. And sometimes getting stuff together just to upload it is like really annoying. Okay, so this boss is also really pretty, but it's so difficult. And you'll see this fight will finish, but she'll run away. And then we'll have to fight her in like 6 more stages after more of this level. Well, some of the patterns are just like dense bullet patterns, and some of them are like not only dense but also like really colorful like this. I do not know how I survived. I just swiped right there. Apparently my core did not touch any of those stars. That was ridiculous. But yeah, like this one's super visually appealing. And that pattern from that boss from the other stage has like those lasers that form those star shapes. Dang, I thought I was in between those. But yeah, I have come to learn that this is like one of the points of this genre is to make cool bullet patterns and colorfulness and stuff. This point is basically the first point in normal mode where like a regular stage gets kind of like bonkers. Like the whole screen is full of nonsense. I tried lunatic mode just for fun, and started seeing stuff like this about halfway through stage 1. And she's back. Okay, that felt good. Thank you. I appreciate the warning. So this pattern is another... Yeah. This pattern is another one where I have yet to make it through without spamming bombs. Oh, this one's just fun. I actually knew what I was doing that whole time. That felt good. This does not. So, every little bit of that laser will kill you. And that is not fun to dodge. Like, as a newbie, I need all the screen real estate I can access to dodge shots. And that's just... It just cruelly steals the majority of that screen real estate. And it shakes the screen. Whew, that was close. Yeah, that's the weird thing. The dialogue in this game, it's not that it feels badly translated. Like, all the lines of dialogue are readable and make sense on their own, but all of the, like, jokes and interactions feel like they would hold more weight in Japanese than they do in their translation to English. But yeah, basically at this point in the story, we think that that the witch girl that we're fighting has stolen the moon and replaced it with a fake one. And when we beat her, we find out that she was just being a troublemaker, and the folks who are actually responsible for the moon are in this mansion. And so we have to travel through this mansion full of closed doors. We'll see it in a second if I survive. Ah, thought I could have made it through. Okay, we're almost there. See, like that one. She says, I'm gonna go home and go to sleep. And our, like, monster friend says, sleep for eternity. And our character says, try not to catch a cold. That's one of those things that, like, I feel like that the intent is there, but the weight isn't there in English. I mean, probably. So here, you see, this whole level is a gauntlet of enemies that do that. And the boss of this one is ridiculous. See, they all just kind of appear, and I'm pretty sure there's like a scoring mechanic that you could take advantage of with these like suddenly appearing formations and letting them shoot as much as possible. But my goal is to stop them from shooting as much as possible, because I'm bad. So they're all the closed doors of this mansion, and the culprit is behind one of them. And then we fight a rabbit. It's okay. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. See, that's just too much. Just stop. Is this bunny girl in a suit the culprit? Raisin. Or Ricin. So Rasha said this boss was pretty hard. And coming from Rasha, that means a lot. But you'll see here in a second. I mean, I think this one looks cool too, but honestly, it's like by far the scariest thing I've seen happen. Because it's not just bullets. Notice how they're kind of, like, changing in speed the closer they get to me. We're about to take that to a whole different extreme. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Well, so there's my first continue. You see it shows 3 a.m. Every time a level advances, I think an hour advances. No, it can't possibly be an hour. I think it's half an hour when a level advances and half an hour when I continue. And when it hits 5 a.m., the frozen night resets to the beginning of the night, which means game over and we have to start from the top. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. But I haven't actually beaten this fight yet, and I do want to see what happens next cuz I think the last time I beat it I was already like close to 5 a.m. And so finishing this fight and going on to the next stage finished the game. So I want to see what the next stage is up. What's up with the next stage? I have... Oh yeah, this one. This one's actually pretty fun, I think. Oh yeah, this is hard. This is really hard. Uh... Okay, there it is. So... Now let's go chase the other one down. But which door did they go through? So right here was where I gamed over. Oh, so it's 1 hour, right? So we're at 4:30. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm pretty sure most of these games have like 9 stages. I'm thinking that something has to happen in the plot where the time thing stops becoming a thing here if we beat the culprit. Because otherwise it would be impossible to play 9 stages under the time restriction. High DPI mouse? No, I have not. I don't think you can play it with a mouse. But I could be wrong. But it's like... It's either keyboard or gamepad inputs. I don't know if it would even... I don't know if it would even take mouse input. Oh, no, this is the final stage. Okay. Did you notice how that first enemy filled the entire screen with red and blue? That was awfully rude. That was close. Oh, and we're fighting. So I'm pretty sure I cannot continue. I'm pretty sure if I continue, that's 5 a.m., that's game over. So if, yo! Oh, okay. I see what I should have been doing here. Oh, and now we're in space. Alright, cool. How about giving up? Well, you're stupid. In about half an hour, the sun will rise. It's impossible for anyone to take the princess. We had no interest in a princess. This whole thing is about the moon. Just give the moon back. When morning comes, I'll give it right back. Okay, so we have stopped morning from coming. We have frozen this night, and every time morning's about to show up, the night restarts until we get the moon back. So I think she knows that when she's saying I'll give it back when morning comes. Yeah. Came here to get the moon back before the morning. Do you know where this is? I have no concept of space. Between the false moon and the earth. Sounds like a place where a lot of dark magic would happen. Do we have any method of returning home? Oh god, we didn't think about that. We've just been chasing her. So I think I have 1 life left and 2 bombs, so I need to make use of the lenient death bombing system to make sure I get through. There's so many lunatics in here. Hey. This isn't lunatic mode, this is normal mode. I'm not there yet. Alright. Final boss music. Oh, I listened to this, I was listening to the soundtrack while driving yesterday, and this track, the opening to this track, just made me think of, that one track from Fire Emblem. Okay. This pattern is gorgeous. Wow. Okay, wasted a life. That was a cool pattern, but not extremely alarming. Oh my god! Oh, what? Oh my god! Okay. I got, bad ending number 9, which is just the bad ending when you play as this character. That's alright. That's fine. That was a really good run. I'm proud of how long I lasted on the first credit. I need to figure out how to fight Marissa in stage 4, a little better. Yeah, that's not bad. But see, it says final boss, but it still says my game progression rate was, like, almost 70%, which means there's got to be, like, a few more stages. So I don't know how that works. I don't know what happens after this fight. And it says, so at the bottom of this scorecard, right, it shows slowdown rate. And so I think that's, like, a percentage of time that you used the, like, screen slowing thing. And I didn't use that at all. So I don't know how exactly that works. Fair point. Wait, you wait a minute. You gotta tell me more. So you actually raced this dude? Uh. At 100 miles an hour, carving a corner. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. That's kind of where I was at last night. Driving home from College Station, I was kind of like tired anyway, and I was with my mom, and it had been a long day with my mom, and I was like, there's a lot of reasons that I just want to get home, and so I spent as much of that drive as I could driving at 80. Um, but I was also definitely on stretches where, uh, um, like state police could have been around the corner, so I didn't want to hit it too hard. Let's see. I am going to be right back. Hmm. All right. We're gonna go for the General MIDI soundtrack for our second run. Probably got about an hour and a half left before I need to go to the garage and do a little bit of work on a car door, and then I will be back online after a bit. I really like it too. The only thing is that I don't have like a true transparency inside the TV screen. So I have to like nudge things so that they don't edge into the ferret's face. Like I don't actually have the full screen inside the screen. I want to do that, I just haven't yet. I was like, this is functional, this is what we're doing right now. So, let's go. Oh, you know what? I think I messed up this capture. Let's turn that off. There we go. Now you can actually see the video game. Okay. I had it like dimmed out for the standby screen so that I could overlay the timer on it. And then I realized that all changes to the same thing are applied across all layouts, which is garbage, because I don't need it dimmed on the main gameplay screen. I just need it dimmed on the break time screen. Nope. It's like this. Yeah. And so vivid. I'm kind of bummed that you didn't see that, but I mean, we'll go for it again. So, yeah, I'm trying to think of this game in terms of setting goals and stuff like that, but right now I'm just really enjoying it. And there we go. Sorry, my chair was bumping into one of my thousands of guitars. Right now I'm just enjoying the game, playing it on normal mode, like even just running through from level 1 all the way up to the parts where I actually have trouble. It's pretty enjoyable. I think I'm gonna stick with this game for a while. But tonight, I might dip into, this is 8. Yeah, so I might try 7, because I think 9 is a, like a variant on the standard genre. One of the other things I like about the MIDI soundtrack, oh, well, I guess I haven't mentioned that many, but one of the things that I do like about it is that the shot sound effects are a little bit clearer. That was close. Oh, yeah, that gauge. So, so like this is my primary shot. It's a human shot, and the other shot, the focus shot, is the yokai, which is the second character in the pairing that you play as. This character, her shot is the focus shot. That gauge at the bottom when it's blue means that you're firing majority human shot, and when it's red, it means you're firing majority yokai shot. And if you have if you are over 80% in either direction, then that shot is powered up. I actually like this boss fight theme in MIDI a lot more because of the drums. The I don't know, it's obviously like just a stylistic thing, but in my opinion, the drums in the actual version of this track are kind of weak. Just because of mixing and the way MIDI drums are with MIDI keyboard voicings. They're like by nature more prominent. Oh, thought I had that. One of the things I've been doing for fun with that pattern is trying to just sit still as long as possible. And I thought I could make it through 2 waves, but only 1. Wait, you got to elaborate. Is there like a different mix of that song? That sucks. Be cool if they had both. That's the kind of thing where if it, like, if I could access the, like, orchestral bits that are missing, I would go in and create my own version of that track for my personal, like, soundtrack album. I've done that a handful of times. Not recently, but, there are a couple of tracks where I was like, okay, I really like this song, but the intro's too long, and so I have like just separated them in Audacity and made the intro its own track, so I could listen to it if I wanted and skip it, but not skip the whole song and stuff like that. That'd be interesting. I haven't listened to it in a while. We listened to it as part of the battle music for our Star Wars campaign session 3 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago? Something like that. It's been a while. But yeah, that'd be fun to try to remix. I don't know what I was doing. I was literally just pressing left, right, left, right, left, right. I wasn't thinking about anything just then. I've tried remixing a couple things, and one of them I do want to potentially put out, but it's by an artist that I think is small enough that I could actually contact them and like be like, hey, can I do this? rather than just doing it. So I want to do that. I also you watch Andrew Wong. So if you saw their album in a day from this year, him and Rob Scallon, there's the one acoustic song where Andrew Wong does this like really indie guitar part and does most of the singing on it, and I've been trying to remix that one. Like I put an amen break on it and added like some subtle synth layers. Yeah, yeah, all 2 episodes. It's fun. I rewatched the making of recordings of those a lot. Yeah, so in level 1, the boss is a firefly. In level 2, the boss that controls how well you can see in the dark is a night sparrow. And there's the dialogue is a lot of like more of that like what feels like weirdly translated wit and repartee about whether or not certain characters can see in the dark and how well they can see in the dark and stuff like that. Yo, I mean, we could do that. Let's find a sample. I would love to do something like that. I mean, I do it here and there, but never to the extent that they do it in that video series. But I'm definitely a big fan of like sample manipulation and stuff. Like a lot of my sounds are samples that have been like heavily affected and stuff, but they never formed the like majority of the track. So okay, so I learned that the trick to chopping samples is to just follow your gut and then put a 1 millisecond fade in at the front and a 1 millisecond fade out at the end. And then it'll be seamless. This pattern sucks. I say as I do it flawlessly. I was kind of like desperately trying to get to the opposite side of the screen without thinking, and this video game doesn't work that way. Oh. Yeah, I think if you finish this game on any difficulty, you unlock like a scene-by-scene practice mode for the bosses. Oh, I ran into her while I was being greedy with those pickups. It's lame. Well, okay, spamming bombs works. Yeah, I learned that from Lloyd, and Lloyd learned it from having to cut together guitar recordings, because he just hasn't been playing guitar for as long, and had to like play the parts in pieces, and so to like as long as the timing's good, you're usually fine. But the way sound waves work is that if one cuts off and another one starts, and there's no fade, there's a pop. And so Lloyd learned the 1 millisecond trick, and I was like, oh, that definitely works for sampling electronic lines too. I hate this stage because it's dense with these like blue arrow bullets, and it's hard to distinguish them from the blue boxes that give me bonus points. Yowzers. Okay, that's fine. I ended up with a lot of extra lives at the end of the last stage. Yeah, you don't always have to necessarily, but basically those pops come from like not having a zero crossing, which is the word for when the sound starts at absolutely like 0 dB, and if it doesn't, then depending, you can end up with those pops. And so the way to alleviate that is to make the tiniest possible, least perceptible to the human ear, 0 point starting point. Oh, I hate this keyboard voice. I know this keyboard voice well, and I hate it. Yeah, it like, it didn't make a lot of sense to me at first when I learned that, because I was like, well, there are songs on CDs that don't pop, and they start, and they're like on, you know? Like a metal song doesn't start with the guitars fading in, usually. But it's not like a musical timing thing so much as like an audio fidelity situation. I guess maybe that's not exactly the right word, but so one of the annoying things about this pattern is that the focus shot that allows me to move with precision only fires straight forward, which means if I want to be shooting her while I'm over here doing these dodges, I cannot move at focus speed. I have to move at full speed. Which is interesting. No, you're just some guy. You're my second internet stranger friend that I've made since starting my stream 2 days ago. And it's really cool meeting all these complete strangers on Twitch who are just like nice and talk about stuff. I almost saw the Matrix there. Wasting bombs. Nice. Yeah, so, and apparently that's a staple of games, other than, like, just this series, is, like, you have a primary shot that generally has some kind of, if not wider, spread, then some kind of thing where you're not only shooting forward. And then a secondary shot that focuses your fire more, like, in one direction and, slows down your movement so you can move more precisely through the bullets. I didn't know that was a thing either until Rasha explained it to me. But like in you know, in Donpatch or Dodonpachi, when you're firing your spread shot versus when you're firing the giant stream of volcano lava, you know, you move slower firing the volcano lava. I was like, oh. That's the actual purpose, is to, like, focus in and move through denser patterns of bullets more readily. I didn't have any bombs. I wasn't gonna get through that without a bomb. Yo! Okay. So, fun fact, this boss character is a playable character in this game, and if you play as her, you fight the character that I'm playing as right now, at the end of this stage. And if you are playing as Marissa, then her bomb is that giant screen-filling laser. And it moves her gauge to 100% human instantly, or almost instantly. Okay, so I don't think I've continued. So I think I'm in good shape. I think I'm in good shape as long as I don't have to continue here. Which should be okay. If I get enough points, I'll get a couple of extra lives. This is a really cool arrangement, but this one is definitely stronger in the full arrangement version as opposed to the MIDI. That was close. That was very nearly a disaster. So, there is a Bullet Heaven. It is a channel that aggregates the best bullet hell games, I think. Okay, so I think I got an extra life just there. That's nice. Even though, I mean, I died once, so it's not as nice as it could have been, but it's nice. More bombs! I'm glad she doesn't move much. Woo! Oh my god. Okay, well. This is such a strange pattern. Oh, almost there. Well, that's that. Maybe? Maybe I can make it through with one continue. That should be it. Yeah. Does that... I mean... You mean like the scoring numbers? Because I feel like that makes sense that those are tracked that way. But... This is, This is an English patch. Also. Oh wait, I have a ton of lives now. What the heck? How did I get all those lives? Oh. Got you. I understand perfectly, don't worry. Okay, I have no more bombs. I have no more lenience. I gotta make sure on this Eye of the Storm pattern she does that I actually get in the Eye of the Storm. Well, or I could just, you know, just pop. Because a tiny bullet gets me. That's cool. At least I have some bombs. Alright. We're at the point where all I have to do is win the final boss battle. That's all I have to do. Like, tell me this isn't the Fire Emblem Together We Ride theme. Up until that chord. This is a neat pattern. Oh god, I have no bombs. Okay. I freaked out. Okay, that was the pattern that killed me last time. So I made it through that one. Wow. I shouldn't be alive. What are the hitboxes on these bubbles? That, apparently. Okay. Yoi! Oi, 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 oi. Oh my god. Oh god! Okay, alright. Okay, this is it. No more chances, no more lenience. I have to perfect the rest of this fight. Nope. Alright, well, I mean, that was a good run, but... well, what you missed is that, I got to the final battle, I got past the phase that killed me, and then got a couple phases past that, and then I died. Same ending, man. So there are at least 10 endings in this video game. At least. And getting to the final boss does not give you anything other than the bad ending. Nice. Tangerines. Okay. I gotta figure out something to, do. I think I'm gonna do one more run. And I'm gonna play as the Ghost team, whose primary and secondary fire are different. But first, I'm going to crunch and munch a little bit. Eat some cookies. Okay. Nom, 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 nom. Let's go. Let's go for one more run. And then I gotta do some work on a car, and then I'm going to probably get back on and play this obsessively till about 10 p.m. So this is a pair of characters who are a half-human and a ghost. I don't know how palpable it is just watching, but you may notice that this character is like way faster than the default team. They are all faster than the default team. Marissa, in particular, is like lightning fast. So that, like if you want to go for points blocks, you can sometimes just get greedy and go try and eat them, and then get out of danger. Due to the sheer speed of that character. Whereas if you're playing as Reimu, the default character, you would have to be a little more conservative, because you could get in, but you couldn't get back out. Okay, so she is half human, half yokai, and she's a ghost. Yes. Wait. Oh, I just realized that you said culture. I like glanced over at my screen and just saw at my chat box and just saw that's some real history. And then I read the whole of what you said. So here's the other thing is I have a rank 1 on this level, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 45 46 47 48 49 50 51 52 53 54 55 56 57 58 59 60 61 62 63 64 65 66 67 68 69 70 71 72 73 74 75 76 77 78 79 80 81 82 83 84 85 86 87 88 89 90 91 92 93 94 95 96 97 98 99 100 101 102 103 104 105 106 107 108 109 110 111 112 113 114 115 116 117 118 119 120 121 122 123 124 125 126 127 128 129 130 131 132 133 134 135 136 137 138 139 140 141 142 143 144 145 146 147 148 149 150 151 152 153 154 155 156 1 And I don't know why. I guess maybe it's a scoring thing, but I feel like for the same level and the same like relative performance for my part, I'm getting rank 1s with these characters that I get consistent rank 2s with the default team. It's well, I guess it's because I'm the best when I work with ghosts. That was stupid. I don't know what I was trying to do, but I didn't do it. I was playing the Danny Phantom baseline on my bass the other night, just for fun. Like, I had just gotten home, I just picked up my bass and started playing it. And, turns out, that's an awkward baseline to play. Or my technique is just bad. But I think it's a combination of both. Oh yeah, also, I haven't been paying a ton of attention to the dialogue in this game, but one thing based on the, like, Stage 1 and Stage 2 dialogue is that this, this Ghost and half girl team, this is the only team of characters who actually, like, likes each other. The rest of them are, like, very clearly, like, why the hell are we having to do this together? Like, they don't get along. I really, really enjoy this boss theme. Ah. Oh yeah, and in the dialogue at the end of that stage, the half monster girl eats the sparrow, which was the boss that you just beat. So that's a nice little bit of lighthearted humor at the end of that one. I think the stage ranking must be like a scoring thing. Because I'm getting a lot of points with these two. Yeah, like I beat my high score, which I'm pretty sure I previously set playing as these two. I think it's because they have like a passive ability that makes it easier for them to pick up the extra point blocks. Oh, fun fact, during these cutscenes, if you run into the character enemies, you will die. That was extremely careless! Glad I didn't lose a life to that dumb move I just made. I think I just bombed in between phases, which sucks. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, I guess it's a bad thing to run directly into the bad guy. Yeah, seriously, I don't know how, like, programming this sort of thing is one thing, and, like, once you have the engine in place, I imagine it's just a matter of doing the math for all the different bullet patterns, but the art, and the music, and the story writing on top of that, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead. Oh, yeah, actually, I have no idea who the boss is for this level for this character. curious to see. It might actually be Marissa again, but I don't actually know. Just got an extra life, I think. Or a fragment of one. Oh, yeah, okay, it's Marissa again. Do-do-do-do-do. I think I'm gonna call it once I finish this boss. Or if this boss finishes me. Lol. Oh, what am I doing? I need to get up in here. I do like this fight theme. What am I doing? Flailing wildly and surviving should not be. Alright, get through this. Doo-doo-doo. Nope, okay. GG's. Look at that giant score just because I was playing the Ghost team. That's so weird. There we go. I mean, it could be that. It could be that. She's also like fast. her slow shot is a wide shot. And they like destroy familiars, which are those like summoning circle / fireball looking things that spawn other bullets along a path. Her standard shot just like eats those, which is pretty neat. It makes some of the denser patterns, especially like in stage 4, easier to deal with. But I have yet to make it to stage 5 with her. So yeah, I don't know. I spent like an hour or so playing through a couple stages with each of the teams a couple nights ago, and I definitely I found that team and the default team by far the most like fun for me, for my style. And I also really liked Marisa because Marisa is basically her bullets are basically Dodonpachi bullets, and I liked those. And her focus shot is the Dodonpachi focus shot. Wait for a second. So like this is her normal shot, and this is her charge shot, which is like straight out of Dodonpachi, and I really like it. The thing is that even at full upgrades, where you get like a little bit of range, for the most part, her attacks are very, very narrow. And according to one Touhou player who was talking to me the other night while I was playing as Marisa, her shots are relatively weak. But I don't know if that's the actual damage of the shots or if that's just the shot type in the like meta game or whatever. But yeah, I really like this focus beam. I just find it aesthetically pleasing, if nothing else. But yeah. Oh, I just killed the game. Okay. That's just gonna be what it is. Play some, play some of this. Yeah, I need to get working as well. Thanks for hanging, hon. Have a good evening.